Good morning, welcome to a morning review on Thursday the 5th of February. This is Kim Watson speaking for Easy Trader. Okay, looking at the euro dollar first, and yesterday's meetings didn't go particularly wonderfully in terms of the dollars being sold, the euros being sold off even, as the ECB announced that it will restrict Greek banks' access to cash by preventing the use of junk-related government debt as collateral for loans. This is all citing the uncertainty about a successful conclusion of the Greek programme review. So this it really looks quite iffy at the moment for the euro, and the risk is certainly on, and we could be seeing sort of I've drawn this trend line on this 4 hourly. If we see some sort of break of these lows here, we well could see a continuation through to last month's lows at some point. So yet to hit its weekly pivot anyway, technically. So as I say, break of this level here for me really sees a real weakness here. Now looking at the hourlies, there's not a lot there's a potential rally towards the daily pivot there at 113.81, reasonable probability generally, but any sounding a sell, I mean, you could even have a steeper trend line on here. We'll be watching for the sell, the break of this, and maybe looking for shorts below that level. So at the moment, as I say, reasonable probability of cash moving up some, but any break of this trend line to me signifies weakness and may see us coming down to that 112.66 area at least. Okay, that's the euro cable. The cable's not done too bad out of this for a change, although yesterday's candle has put yesterday's price action has put us in a shooting star just short of the 34. Now that 34 moving average has been tested a lot of times, should I say. Now we could find ourselves pushing back up, but we still haven't hit this 4 hourly 200, which I keep talking about, and it doesn't seem too far ahead. We've put in the right sort of many of the right sort of measures in there, higher lows in there, particularly on the shorter time frames. We've sort of been putting the higher lows in, just struggling at this stage here now at the moment to put some higher highs in, and perhaps on this hourly chart, as you can see, I've put the trend lines in. If we can get a break to the upside, we could push back up to yesterday's highs, back into today's R1, and maybe push higher. Now, of course, there's the uncertainty regarding the euro. May bounce, may reflect on cable somewhat, but the rate of retraction here yesterday, following the news, etc., is pretty slim relative to the euro. So there is a chance that we could be pushing further up with cable yet. Now, I've done some analysis looking at the dailies on cable, and I'll talk about that in a bigger review that I'm going to do later, but it does look like it's got some potential further upside overall. So I'm erring towards the bullish side on cable at the moment for a potential bigger movement. Okay, looking at dollar yen then, and the dollar again, dollar yen. Yen's strengthened against the dollar. It's been moving, shuffling down pretty well. It's still in this horrible chop zone from a daily perspective. So there's potential. If it does carry on selling off, it may just find some support again back into these prior lows around about the 116.90 area. For now, though, erring towards the sort of the stronger side. We've already hit the daily pivot. We could run down to yesterday's. Here we go, right down to yesterday's lows would be an absolute perfect target, really, along with the S1 pivot. So looking at that potential. Any break of the highs here, well, it just keeps us back into range, and we may see sort of rallies back up to yesterday's highs. So it's early Asian session highs. The situation with the Chinese interest rate cover hasn't really reflected too much on, or been seen much in the Chinese banking society and shares, etc. Not really spilled over into that, but it seems that Japan's having its own little rally and holding on pretty tightly at the moment. So it seems to be in its own bubble, albeit a sideward moving bubble. Okay, looking then at the Aussie dollar, and coming out bigger time frame first. Again, it's holding on a little bit here, consolidated in the shorter time frames. Even on the daily time frames, we've been consolidated. We have got the monthly pivot above, so a break of the highs, a break of this 50 EMA may signify and may be the sort of turning point for me, in terms of which I admit to the Aussie being bullish, and it may run up towards that monthly pivot at 79.27 and maybe even beyond. At the moment, it's quite sticky where it is. It's still wherever you draws the trend lines. It's in this sort of shorter term downward trend. It's been all over its daily pivot already because the consolidation to the sideward. We could see a breakdown at some point of these levels, and I'm finding to choose direction is quite difficult at the moment. As I say, for me, it really needs to be above that, the hourly 200 here, or the 4 hourly 50, for me to be really looking for the bullish side. Any move back up towards this 200 could be met with, there's quite a bit of resistance just above it. So just as you're moving into it, maybe running into it, it could find the resistance and roll back again. So there we go. News today. We got the UK official bank rate, where there's no expectation of any changes, and statement where again no expectation of changes, and there's not an urge towards any softening. So at the moment, unless we saw some surprise data comment come out in that statement, I don't think we'll see much in the way of movement from that news at 12 o'clock. Later in the afternoon, we've got the US trade balance and unemployment claims, which is normal weekly unemployment claims figure, not normally generating a lot of movement. So could be from a technical. It could be a technical day today. We have at 10 o'clock today actually got some European economic forecast. That would be quite interesting at 10 o'clock. That may actually, although it's not necessarily rated very highly normally, if it's particularly grim, we could see quite a bit of volatility, maybe around 10 o'clock-ish, something just to watch out for. Right, have a great day. Bye for now.